Okay guys, so now we have another problem. And it says, based on the graph, how many students in a class of 360 students would be expected to choose hip hop or rock as their favorite type of music? Okay, so we have rock as 20. So we need to first find the whole right here, because if you notice here, right, that this was only surveyed for 20 plus 40, which is 60, 60 plus 30, which is 120 students, right? So this was, 60 plus 30, which is 90 students, not bad. So this was only surveyed for 90 students. So 90 is our whole. And we're talking about rock and hip hop, which is only 60. Okay? So I need to find the percentage of this, of 60 over 90, before I can do anything. Right? So 60 times 100 is 6,000. And then 90x. Divide both sides by 90, because that is what I need to do, right? Divide both sides by 90, because I need to get the variable by itself like I always do. Right, and that leaves me with 66.66%, right? That is my percentage for people that like rock and hip hop. But that's only for 90 people. So what I need to do now, since I know my percent, right? I know the percent's always out of 100. I now can find what the part would be with the 360 students. So now I'm going to still cross multiply. So 100x and 360 times that 6.6 times the 66.66. I can't talk. Which gives me 24,000. And then I need to divide both sides by 100 because I need to get my variable by itself. And x is 240. So when there are 360 students, right, 240 would be the amount of students that like hip hop and rock. I'm gonna wait till you guys get this copied down. We are almost done, almost done. All right, moving on. Number 41, which ordered pair could represent the location of point H? So I'm trying to graph, or I'm trying to see, right, what the ordered pair would be if it's 5 units away from point G. So if I start at point G, or if I look here at point G is at -4 and 3. I'll write this here, -4 and 3 is point G. So I'm going to look here. If I were to say -4 and 5, that isn't 5 units away from G. What about -9 and 8? -9 and up 8. That's way more than 5 units away from G. We have 1 and 3. Let's count these units away from G. Uh-oh. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So 1, 3 is 5 units away from G, but we'll just try this last one out. -4 and -1, and that is not 5 units away from G. That's only 1, 2, 3, 4 units away from G. So our answer is C. Okay, number 42. A restaurant offered cooking classes on 24 of the 30 days in November. What decimal is equivalent? So we're trying to find the decimal that's equivalent to the fraction of days in November. So we know that a restaurant offers cooking classes on 24 of the 30 days. So 24 is our part. 24 is our part, right? 30 is our whole. And I need to turn this fraction to a decimal, which means I'm going to first simplify. by dividing both sides by 4, which gives me 6. Oh, I'm so sorry. I cannot divide by 4. Let me erase this. I'm going to divide both by 3. 3 works out for me. So 24 divided by 3 is 8. 30 divided by 3 is 10. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn this into a decimal. So top in, bottom out. Right, which gives me or leaves me right with 0.80 as my decimal. 0.80 as my decimal. Let's go ahead and look at number 43. Number 43. Ugh. Goodness gracious. Alrighty. So, Shamar, I believe that's his name. We're going to call him that today. Shamar bought a bag of marbles. He took the marbles out of the bag one at a time, and he recorded the color of each marble in the tally chart. So what I needed to do for number 43 was I need to set up, once again, part over whole. It's all about these proportions. And x over 100. The reason why I'm setting up part over whole, guys, is because it's asking me for the percent, and in order to find the percent of something, I need to set up the proportion. So whenever it says what is the percent of black to green, or whatever the case may be, right, I'm going to always set up a proportion. So I need to find what the whole is. And so when I add them all together, I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So I have 50 total. 50 total marbles. And I'm trying to find the black ones first. So there's 5, 10, 15 black, which is my part. That does not look like a 15. My bad. Let's erase this for a second. Right? 15 black. I need to do part over whole. I need to do find the percent of that. So 50x, because I got to cross multiply, is equal to 1,500. Divide both sides by 50. Right, and x is equal to 30%. Ugh, goodness gracious. Hold on. Perfect. X is equal to 30%. So my black should be 30%. And if we look here, there's only one option for black being 30%, and that's D. I have to also do my percentages for each one of these. So just remember, I need to set it up the same way. So yellow would be, right, 10 out of 50, which is equal to x over 100. And then we have green, which is 11, right, out of 50. X equals 100. I would do the same thing in order to find those percentages for both of those. Okay, the cost of downloading one song from a website is 99 cents. Which equation can be used to find X, the cost in dollars of downloading N songs? So if I wanted to download a certain amount of songs, I would have to multiply, right, the number of songs times 99 cents to find the total cost. Right, so our answer is H. Because the total cost stands for T, right? And dollars and downloading the songs would be N. Alrighty, moving on to number 44. So we have to order from greatest to least. And a lot of us got confused because we said, oh, this is the greatest number. But this is not the greatest number, right? 45 over 40 is the greatest number, because if you notice here, right, it's 45 over 40, which means this is going to be greater than one whole. Okay, so D'Angelo is going to go first at 45 over 40, and then 100%. Then we know that this is 0.66%, right? And then we know that this is 0.40. So B is our answer choice. But remember, the way that we figure out what this is, we got to do TBO, top in, bottom out. And that's going to help us figure out, right, what this answer is going to be. Okay, number 46, I have 110, and I had to find the prime factorization, so I had to do a factor tree. So with 110, right, we need to figure out what factors out in order to give me my answer, okay, which is 10 and 11. So I know that 11 is a prime factor because nothing can divide into it except for 1, okay? Then I have 2, and then I have 5, and both of these numbers are prime as well. So my answer choice is going to be J, 2 times 5 times 11. Okay, number 47, in 2012, there are approximately 8,950 public libraries in the U.S. A survey found that 76% of those offered free access. Based on this information, how many public libraries offered free access? So we were given the whole, we were given the percent, but we were not given the part, which means X is going to be my part. The whole is 8,950. The percent is 76, and remember, percent is always out of 100. And then I just cross multiply, right? So 100x, and then 76 times 8,950 gives us 680,200, and then I have to divide both sides by 100 to get my variable by itself, which gives me 6,802.